Hi, welcome to the Capricorn New Moon reading, astrology and tarot reading. I'm coming to you from my bed, in my bedroom. My foot surgery went really well. Everything went perfect. The surgery went perfect, and I'm healing really well too. So I feel pretty good today. So I wanted to get this reading out and just, connect with everybody. So here we are. This Capricorn new moon is going to be pretty amazing. I think leading up to it, this week leading up to it, because the new moon will be on Thursday, and the energy that we're leading up to it is helping us to make space, because this new moon is bringing a lot of abundant opportunities to us and a lot of teamwork and collaboration. And as long as we are open to receive, and as long as we're open to give and let that be like a balance, this Capricorn new moon can be really fruitful. There's a lot of new energy that I feel like the collective is feeling right now. And with that new energy and with those shifts, there's also the having to release the old ways of doing things and old belief systems and just making space. We can't build on top of old crumbly foundations that no longer work, that just aren't going to be a good part of our journey. So allowing ourselves to make that so we can start new foundations, that's what this Capricorn new moon is going to be doing for us. And a lot of healing efforts. We have, my cats are down here. It's pretty funny. So here we are, Capricorn new moon, January 11th, really early in the morning. It'll be 4:57 a.m. Mountain Time, so 6:57 a.m. Eastern and 3:57 a.m. Pacific on Thursday. And so calculate that for those who are across the pond. Also, you can calculate for, I think, so it'll probably be like, I want to say early afternoon for the UK is when this new moon will happen. And you can see we have a really awesome square to the nodes happening here, this T square to the nodes with the new moon. And every new moon is a moon is a cazimi with the sun. The moon is in the heart of the sun, so it's a cazimi. And that's why, we're getting these brand new, that's why new moons always feel like this like brand new initiative and this brand new feeling, and all of that is because, we're getting the greatest parts of the moon and the sun relationship together. And so this one is very fated because we're square the Aries North Node and the Libra South Node. So when I was looking at the Sabian symbol for this new moon, I looked at Capricorn 21 degrees, because we always, unless it's 20 degrees exactly, we always round up, right? So we were looking at the 21 degree Capricorn, and the Sabian symbol is a relay race. And the theme of that relay race is teamwork. And so a lot of this is bringing in collaborations and teamwork wherever Capricorn sits in your own chart, wherever Capricorn is, the sign of Capricorn is in your own chart, you're probably going to find new collaboration opportunities or even new ways of building structures. A lot of this is about being able to give of yourself and letting that universal energy continue to flow through. Because when we're not doing our part and we expect everybody else to do their part, but we're not doing our part, we're not taking care of our accountability, we're not taking actions on our part, but we're expecting everybody else to do it, that's not a symbiotic relationship. That means I'm a taker, I'm a taker, I'm a taker. So when you have two givers in a relationship, you can often see that both of those people are constantly giving to each other and they're getting back from each other as well. So it's this universal energy flow that's happening. And that's what the energy of this new moon is giving to us. We also have Venus in Sagittarius trine Chiron in Aries. Now, Chiron in Aries is getting very closer to the North Node in Aries. It will be exact in February. And in fact, we're going to have a conjunction to the North Node most of February. So there will be a lot of healing one's own independence with that Aries energy, that warrior type energy. But when we talk about the Aries and the Libra axis, the Aries axis is about the self, and the Libra axis is about other people. And so while we're going through this North Node and South Node transit with Aries and Libra, we're really finding independence within relationships, but also being able to find abundance within relationships too, and collaboration and working together and teamwork. And so this Capricorn New Moon, I'm seeing a lot of relationships, new ones, veteran relationships, people who have been together for 20 years, people who have been together for 5 years, people who have been together for 5 days, and they're already working on collaboration and teamwork for this year. That doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be partnerships, it could be friendships, it doesn't matter where that's coming from. But this Capricorn new moon is giving us a boost, a huge boost of energy with Mars in Capricorn, that ambitious, we love having Mars in Capricorn, is trine Jupiter. Also in Taurus, we'll try and exact later on the 12th. But I've been calling January energy Wheel of Fortune energy, because there are a lot of positive shifts that are happening with all of this Capricorn energy that's going on, trine the Taurus energy, and we're going to have Uranus stationing direct later on in January as well. And that'll be after, I think Uranus stations direct after the Leo full moon. So, but it's really all systems go, after January, it's all systems go. So this Capricorn new moon is really asking you to pay attention and start taking action on the future dreams that you want to bring in. Start, rebuilding structures or building new structures that have new foundations that are much stronger than the foundations of the past. With Venus trine Chiron, this is an aspect where we're working on healing our triggers and working on healing our wounds, especially when it comes to like wanting to be loved freely, right? Venus in Sagittarius is about freedom of love. Venus in Sagittarius wants a partner that's going to explore all the lands with them, and to grow and expand within that love as they're exploring, where's the truth, where's the justice in life, and exploring through that. And so having that trine to Chiron with this Capricorn new moon, it's really helping us to heal and become stronger within our own selves and within that love and that freedom. So you may find that the days leading up to this new moon are a little bit more emotional because of the space that we're clearing out and the ego business, right? Like we can talk about the ego business all the time as a death, but when we have that ego death, it's also a rebirth. We don't kill off our ego without rebuilding it or rebirthing it in some way, shape, or form. And so it's just old ideas. It's not even killing the ego. It's old ideas, old beliefs, old ways of doing things. So you may find the discomfort of that this week as we're being recognized what triggers we're meant to be healing, what traumas we're meant to be healing, what parts of our own insecurity, are we not allowing ourselves? How are we taking care of ourselves? And if we're taking care of ourselves, then we can take care of other people as well. That's how we keep the universal energy flow going, is by taking care of ourselves and making sure that we have the capacity to handle those things. All right, let's take a look at the cards and see what kind of energy we have for the Capricorn new moon. So I do feel like we have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands. And we have the Knight of Wands and the Two of Swords. I feel like there is an opportunity here that's coming up, but I think that with this Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands, I feel like there are some boundaries that need to, boundaries for your own self, right? We often talk about giving other people boundaries, and like you can try and do that all you want. I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but we can't make anybody do anything. And so we can give boundaries all we want to other people, but we can't enforce them. We don't have the authority to do that. Other people can live, and if people just don't want to treat us properly or treat us right, then that's when we have to see, okay, we have to like reassess our own boundaries for ourselves. But I feel like there are opportunities here, and there's just not, you're not entirely sure of which direction to go in. I think that this could be a little bit confusing if you don't allow yourself to have some grounding. The Four of Wands with the Seven of Wands makes me feel like the more you have those boundaries for yourself, the more stable you're going to be. Stability happens from the inside out, right? It starts on the inside and helps us from the outside. Hold on a second, just real quick. Hold on 1 minute. I don't even know if that paused it. You guys might have gotten a whole bunch of that family business. So I feel like there's a little bit of confusion as we are leading up to the new moon, because it's almost as if the opportunities are so much that it might be a little overwhelming, is what that feels like. And so that's why I sort of want you to make sure that you're creating stability for yourself too. Let's see, Seven of Wands, right? Four of Wands, Knight of Wands, and there we go, Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands. Okay, so be careful of the arguing this week. Be careful of the petty fighting with yourself. Be careful of the petty fighting with other people. Just be careful of not arguing constantly all week with people. This is exactly what I was talking about, giving boundaries to yourself. The Knight of Swords on the Seven of Wands. Sometimes it's not necessary to start that, like sometimes it's okay for you to take a step back and let things breathe instead of saying something, right? Sometimes that Knight of Swords is very aggressive and it's coming at you a little bit aggro, and it's really like not in its best form, right? And it's rushing, right? That's not a flow. That's rushing. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles on the Four of Wands. So there is stability coming. And I feel like with that Nine of Pentacles, because that's being independent and abundant all on your own. And I feel like there's recognition in that, but there's also, it's, part of this giving boundaries to yourself is not rushing into this stable abundance. This stable abundance, giving it time, this is what Saturn teaches us. Giving it time and giving it opportunity to grow, that's how it's going to last for a really long time. If we do not rush into it, right? If we're not rushing into the next part. We have the Sun on the Knight of Wands, and we have the Eight of Cups on the Two of Swords. And I feel like these go together. So let's talk about them together. The Eight of Cups on the Two of Swords. When you start getting honest with yourself about the emotional baggage that you're holding on to, when you start getting honest with yourself and start making choices to heal the emotional baggage that you're holding on to, the sun comes out and things become a lot more clear. But you have to make that choice. You have to take the blindfold off in order to see, right? In order to see that that's what you have to do. Oh, wow, what am I holding on to right now? What kind of baggage am I holding on to right now that's putting me in this, that's triggering me? What kind of baggage am I holding on to right now that's triggering me into that state of mind? Right? And so when you give yourself the opportunity to be like, oh, I get it. I can be abundant all on my own, but I have to be willing to let go of the things that are dragging me down emotionally, mentally, all of those, right? You have to be willing to see what's dragging you down so that you can move forward. And it doesn't have to be a fight to do that, right? So free yourself this week before we get to this Capricorn new moon. I am rooting for all of us all the time. My calendar is open in February. I have a new relationship reading. I'm going to help coach people through relationships this year because I wish I would have had somebody help coach me through relationships. So I'm going to offer that service. It's at an introductory price right now on my website, and my calendar is open for February. So just in time for relationship coaching. I love you guys. Take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye.